Good afternoon. My name is Tom McCray. I'm the Golf Operations Manager here at Laguna Woods Village. Today we're going to talk about the new ball machines that we just got put in over at the tennis center. We have a new checkout policy. They're great ball machines, but they're also very expensive, and what we're trying to do is set up a program where you can actually use them, but also keep the assets safe and free from damage or theft. First step is to come to Clubhouse 7. The reception desk at Clubhouse 7 has the access to the checkout forms. The checkout forms need to be obtained from the staff member that is behind the counter. You can't just walk up and grab them. You're going to have to come and check them out, and there's a form that you need to fill out. The forms are going to be for Court 9 and for Court 10. This is Court 10. You need to fill out all this information, and then you're going to obtain the key. On this keychain, you're going to have two keys, which we'll discuss later. One of them is for the machine itself with the number 10 on it. The other one is for the exterior lock that gets you into the cabinet. So each person that does that needs to fill this out so we know who's responsible if something does go wrong. Okay, when checking out the machine, you'll have to follow these guidelines so we can protect our assets. As I've stated, you'll need to have your resident ID, obviously, to get into the courts, but also to present yourself as a resident who has access to these amenities. And then once you take the key, you will leave either a California driver's license, a California ID, or a credit card behind as a form of collateral, just to make sure that you're bringing everything back. And then you'll go out to the courts. And then what you'll do is you'll fill out this form, just so we know who's who, and everybody that does it will have to complete it. If for some reason while you're out on the courts, so the next person arrives who has the next reservation, what you will do is you will just agree with that person. That person will have already checked in and left their collateral. You can then leave that information, the key and the machine out with them, and come back and obtain your collateral. Now you've come through the gate that leads over to courts 9 and 10 over at the tennis center, and you come to our building, the new structure that maintains the ball machines. And when you open those up, this is how it should look. They are both covered up. This is for Court 9. The other one obviously is for Court 10, hence the numbers. And the first thing you're going to do when you get here, if for some reason you don't see this, what I would like you to see is that I would like you to tell the staff over at Clubhouse 7 that the machine wasn't put away properly. So we can slowly but surely get everybody on the same page so we can take care of everything. Then you're going to take the top off. And simply, if this machine is here, set it down on top of that machine, and you'll see the lock. This lock right here, and you'll see the lock that says number 10. And that will unlock the unit. And you see where it goes through? That's exactly the way that it should go back. Loop through the top, it's bolted down to the ground, so these should be fairly secure. Then once you do that, then you're going to roll this back out to the court. We'll catch up to you when we get out on the court.
First, you're going to press the on button to turn on the power. And then for basic use, you're going to hit the quick setup, press that, and you can either press beginner, intermediate, or advanced. There's 10 seconds before the balls will shoot out once you select the choices that you have. There's a speed. If you want faster speed or slower speed. Height, if you want higher lobs or lower. And then we have top spin or back spin. If you want to make it into oscillating, you would hit the player mode and then hit your beginner, intermediate, and advanced as well. In player mode, the balls will come out in a selected pattern according to the machine's preset capabilities. Beginner will be easier than intermediate, and intermediate will be easier than advanced. You hit that player mode first, and then hit the beginner, and then hit start. So it should be going in different areas. And then when you're done, just hit your off button and pick up your balls. On Shot Maker, you can select a random pattern by either selecting a different letter, and the letters corresponds to the top portion here of the courts. So A will be on the far end of the doubles line, and E will be on the far end of the opposite double end. And R will be random. It will just do random shots on there. If you just want to do one shot selection, you can just do one and then leave the rest and hit start, or you can press each one to a different letter and then hit your save button and start. And it should sequence through those shots. Which it's doing right now.